Maganda umaga po. Good morning, my dear brothers and sisters. In our gospel passage today, Jesus gives us what I may call revolutionary speech or very challenging words. Let us remember that the first time the disciples heard these words from Jesus, of course, it could have been like a bombshell. It was very striking that Jesus turned upside down what the world values and brings forward what the kingdom of God values. There are four contrasts in the words of Jesus today: poverty and riches, hunger and fullness, sorrow and laughter, defamation and commendation. These are things that the world ordinarily will say. These are the values of the world. If you come to someone and say that blessed are you because you are poor, the person may curse you because we don't really understand what Jesus means when he says, blessed are those who are poor. The poor person is one who is dependent on God. So it does not really mean, it doesn't matter how much you possess or how much you don't possess. Let us remember that riches comes from God. What is the point of Jesus in this sermon on the plain? Basically, Jesus wants us to understand that we should pay more attention to the things of God. We should pay more attention to heavenly things. What matters in life is where our attention lies, because it is possible to get a poor person whose attention is on wickedness, on anger, on jealousy, on evil intentions for his or her neighbor. So a rich person can also be dependent on God. So it's not a matter of how rich you are materially, pero it is how rich you are in love. So there are many poor persons who are not actually connected to God. So when we talk about poverty, we are talking about being dependent, submissive, and surrendering to God. So the point is that attention is what Jesus is asking from us. Attention towards heavenly things. Attention towards love. Attention towards our neighbor. We should sacrifice our temporal comfort for our eternal happiness. It is a call for loyalty and attention to God. It is not about what you possess, but it is about how you use what you possess and what you do with what you possess. No one is going to bring any material possession when we die, but we can bring along with us what we use them to do for the people. So basically, Jesus is putting before us two important choices: the choice for temporal pleasure and the choice for eternal happiness. A wise man will sacrifice his temporal pleasure for eternal happiness, for eternal comfort. And this is what Jesus was expecting from his disciples. And this is what he expects from you and me. The saint of today, Saint Peter Claver, is a perfect model, a perfect example for the teaching of Christ about the Beatitudes today. Because this is a man who spent all his energy. This is a man who spent all his possessions in taking care of the slaves. Brothers and sisters, as we give thanks to God for the gift of this day, let us bear in mind the point of Jesus in today's gospel. It is all about loyalty and attention to God. And this can only be possible if we embrace a life of detachment, if we really detach ourselves from what we possess, especially the material things, because all these things are temporal. And when we die, nobody's going to bring them to heaven. I want you to remember that you are blessed to bless.